every second you breathe, there's a silent auction happening inside your skull. Bidders you've never met are purchasing pieces of your consciousness, renting space in your mental real estate, and you're the one handing them the keys. This isn't a metaphor. This is economic warfare disguised as modern life. Your thoughts, your focus, your mental bandwidth, they're being harvested like crops by masters you'll never see. Right now, as you listen to these words, someone is making millions from your distracted mind while you struggle to remember what you had for breakfast. Machiavelli warned that the deadliest conquest isn't of cities or countries, it's of consciousness. They don't need armies when they have algorithms. They don't need weapons when they have notifications. They don't need to break down your door when you voluntarily hand them your attention every 3 minutes. You wake up each morning with the mental equivalent of $1 million in focus. And by sunset, you're bankrupt, wondering where it all went. The most successful predators in human history aren't the ones who steal your money. They're the ones who steal your mind and convince you it was entertainment. You're not living your life. You're funding theirs. You're not thinking your thoughts. You're processing theirs. And the most brutal truth, you're paying them for the privilege of your own mental enslavement. Machiavelli understood something that modern society has forgotten. Attention is the ultimate currency. Not money, not gold, not cryptocurrency. Attention. Because the person who controls where your mind goes controls where your life goes. And right now, your mind is being systematically harvested by entities that view your consciousness as nothing more than raw material. Consider this. Every time someone checks their phone, they're not just looking at a screen. They're making a withdrawal from their mental bank account. Each notification is a tax on their cognitive resources. Every scroll through social media is rent paid to platforms that profit from their distraction. The average person checks their phone 96 times per day. That's once every 10 minutes during waking hours. Each check costs approximately 23 minutes of focused attention to fully recover. Do the math. That's over 36 hours of mental energy transferred daily to others. Machiavelli would have called this the perfect crime, theft that makes the victim complicit in their own robbery. Right now, there are tenants living rent-free in your mental space. That ex who wronged you 3 years ago, they own prime real estate between your ears. The colleague who made that passive-aggressive comment last week, they've set up a permanent office in your head, working overtime while you sleep. The social media post that triggered you this morning, it's paying monthly rent with your emotional energy. Every unresolved argument, every replayed conversation, every scenario you rehearse in your mind, these aren't your thoughts. These are mental squatters occupying valuable cognitive real estate while contributing nothing to your success, happiness, or growth. You've become a landlord who never collects rent but always pays the utilities. Machiavelli taught princes to guard their territories fiercely. He would have been horrified to see modern people voluntarily surrendering their most valuable territory, their mind, to anyone with an opinion or a smartphone. There's an entire economy built on your mental submission. Social media platforms employ teams of neuroscientists whose only job is to make their apps more addictive. They study your behavior patterns, your emotional triggers, your psychological vulnerabilities. They A/B test different notifications, sounds to find which one hijacks your attention most effectively. They analyze the exact shade of red that makes you most likely to click. These aren't tech companies. They're attention mining operations. Your focus is the product being sold to advertisers. Your distraction is their profit margin. Every second you spend scrolling is a second of your life being monetized by strangers who view your consciousness as inventory. Machiavelli warned that the most dangerous enemies are the ones who attack while pretending to serve you. These platforms promise connection, but deliver isolation. They offer information, but provide confusion. They claim to save time while stealing hours. The cruelest irony is that paying mental rent creates more mental rent. The more distracted you become, the less capable you are of sustained focus. The less focused you are, the more vulnerable you become to further distraction. It's a poverty cycle of the mind, mental debt that compounds daily. When someone's attention is fragmented, their decision-making deteriorates. Poor decisions create problems. Problems create stress. Stress seeks relief. Relief is found in distraction. Distraction fragments attention further. The cycle completes itself, and the mental landlords collect another payment. This is why the rich get richer and the distracted get more distracted. Wealth isn't just financial, it's attentional. The wealthy understand that focus is finite, so they protect it ruthlessly. They hire assistants to filter their communications. They create barriers between themselves and mental parasites. They treat their attention like the scarce resource it is. Meanwhile, the masses give their mental energy away for free, then wonder why they feel exhausted, unfulfilled, and perpetually behind. Machiavelli's solution to any territory under attack was simple: reclaim it through strategic force. Mental territory requires mental force, the disciplined practice of attention control. First, audit your mental tenants. Who has access to your thoughts? Which people, platforms, or problems are living rent-free in your head? Identify them. Name them. Then begin the eviction process. Second, impose attention taxes. Every interruption should cost the interrupter something valuable. Don't respond to messages immediately. Make urgency prove itself. Don't engage with every opinion. Make arguments. Earn your intellectual investment. Don't react to every provocation. Make emotional responses a luxury you rarely afford. Third, weaponize scarcity. The most valuable real estate is always the hardest to access. Make your attention exclusive. Create barriers. Establish office hours for your mind. Let others compete for your mental resources instead of distributing them freely. True mental freedom isn't the absence of thoughts. It's the sovereignty over which thoughts deserve your energy. Machiavelli understood that power isn't about controlling others. It's about controlling yourself. In the modern attention economy, self-control is the ultimate rebellion. Stop renting out your mind to others' emergencies. Stop paying mental taxes to people who contribute nothing to your mission. Stop allowing your consciousness to be colonized by anyone with a notification badge or an emotional trigger. Your mind is a kingdom. Act like the ruler, not the tenant. Because the mental rent you pay every day isn't just costing you focus, it's costing you your life. And life is too short to spend it funding other people's dreams with your distracted thoughts. The auction for your consciousness is happening right now. The question isn't whether you'll participate. The question is whether you'll be the bidder or the product being sold.